Welcome to CyberNet Security, and today we'll be talking about how to create organizational units and manage users in Active Directory. So by default, when you create an Active Directory domain controller, here I have an Active Directory domain controller named test.local. As you can see here, I have an Active Directory domain controller named test.local, and this Active Directory is a DHCP server and equally a DNS server. So here, for us to create, let me go to users and computers. Users Active Directory, users and computers. If I go to users and computers from here now, you can see Active Directory. All this you are seeing here, the computer here is a container. We have containers, and the user here is equally a container. You have containers, and here are the built-in security groups. As you can see here, we have security groups here. These are the built-in security groups. In my next videos, I will teach you guys how you can develop you can create a security group in Active Directory. So here are the built-in container for my computer objects. So once you add a computer object to this domain controller, the computer object name will be displayed here. So for this video, we'll be talking about how to create organizational units. Okay, now why do we need an organizational unit? Organizational units are objects in Active Directory that we use to manage a group of objects. Is a container, kind of a container. Use it to manage objects in Active Directory. You can equally use it to assign group policies to a certain group of objects. For example, in this default containers in Active Directory, GPUs group policies cannot be applied in containers. That's why we need organizational units, because we use organizational units to apply group policies on them. So here, to create organizational units in Active Directory, here I want to create an organizational unit under this text.local. So I'll right click on text.local. Here, go to new. Here I'll create an organizational unit. Here I'll create an organizational unit. This organizational unit I'm going to name it test test organizational unit, test company. Alright, let me use this guy, test company. So here now, this guy is marked protect containers from accidental delete. If we don't want to mistakenly delete this organizational unit, we can leave this guy as checked. But if we want it to be easily deleted, we can uncheck this. So I will show you where this guy where is beneficial to our setup. So let's click on OK. So now we have created an organizational unit. As you can see here, we have an organizational unit in our first organizational unit in our Active Directory. Here we have the organizational units. Here we can apply GPUs, and this organizational units, I can equally create more organizational units, like creating I can create new organizational units here, like computers. I can equally create organizational units like users. Understand? So let me create more. Let's create organizational unit for computer for this particular OU. So computer. So we assign computer account as free. Okay, let's say okay. We have, when click on this guy, everyone showing this computer. So let's create a new one. Assign units. Sorry, I mistakenly created something else. Okay, let's say users. Click on OK. Yeah, I mistakenly created something else for this guy. So this, I created a computer, not an organizational unit. So let me delete this guy. So now, if I protect this guy will not be able to delete. Like for example, this guy that I created under protection. Like, okay, when we want to create a new organizational unit, like I showed you earlier, the checkbox that we left as okay, let me show you guys. Let me create organizational units computer. Sorry, organizational units computers. This is where I want to store all my computers that I'll be joining to this domain. So here now, I left this guy as unchecked. So when I right click on this guy to delete, let's see, we want to delete this guy. You can see, are you sure you want to delete this guy? Say yes. You see, it throws up another error. You don't have the sufficient privilege to delete computers, or this object is protected from accidental delete. That is where that checkbox that you left checked, that's where it helps you, Because when a user, maybe somebody came into your domain controller, someone that has access to it came into here and wanted to delete, mistakenly delete an organizational unit or an object, he will not be able to do that because that box is checked. So, but if you want to delete it, if you really want to delete it, you can go to view. Here you can click on advanced view. Here now, when you click on advanced view, you go to this guy, right click on it, see, click on delete. Are you sure you want to delete it? And you click on yes. Sorry, sorry. Click on this guy. We need to change this guy, remove the protect under this guy before we can delete it. Let's go to properties. Let's go to uh, objects. You say protect object from accidental delete. So you uncheck this. When you uncheck this, you apply that. So click on OK. Here I click on this guy and click on delete. And now when I do this, you see that object, that organizational unit will be deleted automatically. So let me create a new object organizational unit. So let's say computer, and say OK. So that is how you can create an organizational unit in Active Directory. So here now we can create users. Here, if I right click on this guy and go to new and go to users, click on users. I want to create my first user, so I can name this users Chibike, and here are we. So here now I click on Chibike. Alright, okay, let's say Cybernetics security. So I want to log into this guy. When I want to log into this guy, I want to use cyber at test to log in. So here now, that's the full name, Cybernet Security. So I'll click on next. So what's the password I want to? Okay, for example, if you are doing this for an organization and you want the person to change his password on his first login, so here now you can give any default password you want. Can give any default password. Can give any default password you want. You can just name it password. Then when the person signs in for the first time, he will have to change this password after he has signed in. So user must change password at next login. So you make sure you to leave this guy as checked. So users cannot change password. If you don't want users to check password, you check this guy. Password never expired. This is the last settings that you want to set in your Active Directory configuration. So account is disabled. Account disabled is when you don't, maybe you onboarding a new employee and you are just creating an account for the new employee, and immediately after you create the account, you don't want the account to be active. You don't want somebody to use the account to log in. You can check this box, account is disabled, till the employee starts work. You can now enable account for the employee to use. So now click on next. So here finish. Okay, security rules. So let's go back to where we set our password. Password at 1 2 3, and make it a little bit complex. Next, finish. So here now, as you can see now, I have my user here, Cybernet Security. So how do I log in with this user? For example, let's use this guy to log in this domain. So now I have this user signed in here. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to log out from this account. When I log out from this account, I'll log in as the user that I just created. So let me click on this guy, sign out. So I'm signing out. So here now I will log back in. I'm not logging in as an administrator now. Like you can see, I'm signing into the test domain. So let me sign in. Like I said earlier, I'm gonna sign in with this guy. So I'm gonna enter the password. You see, user password must be changed before signing in. That's as we just set up. So here now the user will be allowed to add his own password. user will be allowed to change his own password as his first login. So I've changed my password now. Password has been changed, so click on OK. So other users, so go back to this guy. So other users, so we're gonna enter my password. So let me sign in. So I'm gonna sign in to these accounts. So